Hi, my name is Steve Walk. I am a tutor here at iAchieve Learning. And today I have a little presentation for you on time management for students, setting your priorities. We all know that time management is one of the most important skills students have at the university level and even the high school level to be successful and to achieve extraordinary goals. Um, I am going to introduce to you a tool, call it a heuristic or an algorithm, that you can use to prioritize all the tasks and responsibilities that you have in school and outside school. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is give you just a little exercise so you can see what we're talking about when in terms of prioritizing things. So here I am on Zoom, so I'm going to share with you this little exercise. If I can find it. There we are. I hope you can see all of that. The idea is take a few minutes to look at this. These are maybe some standard things a junior or a senior in high school might come up against, even younger. Okay, it just depends on just what tasks they have, what responsibilities they have in that year of school. This applies as well to any student at university. So you see these 5 tasks or responsibilities here. And what I'd like you to do while you're reading these, take a look, rank them in order of priority. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one is the most, which one should you prioritize first, and which one can wait till last? The importance is all of these are important, okay? All of these have to get done. We all have lots of things to do and they overlap, and we have to often find a way to prioritize them. So don't rank these in terms of importance. They're all important. They're on their level in importance. They're all very important, okay? Rank them in order of priority. Which one are you going to do first? Which one can wait? Which one is last in terms of priority? Don't worry about their importance. Focus on their priority. And I'm going to give you a minute to do that. And while you're thinking about it, looking at it, I'll give you a little bit of background to this algorithm, this heuristic, this tool I'm showing you today. Back among different parts of my long professional career, I was a new manager working as head of a division in a major global corporation. And I came into work, and every day there would be just an amazing amount of things that as manager I had to get to. There'd be problems in production and problems in marketing and problems in sales and problems in finance and a personal problem between 2 employees. It just went on and on. And I'd come into work and I'd have to know which one to do first, which one could wait till mid-morning, which one maybe I could do tomorrow. I had to choose, okay? Because if you let things go, you end up putting out fires. And I guess we all know when you put out fires, you end up a lot of smoke and water damage. And that's no way to live your life in high school, let alone in school. Well, while you're still working, come up with your 5 here, 5 priorities in a row. I came up with this algorithm, and I began using it, and things were doing well. I was doing, it was a great little tool that I had come up looking at the world around me in business. At one point, I was sent away for a 3 or 4 day workshop for new managers at the division level. This was put on by a major professional management company or organization here in the U.S. And I went to this several days of training, all kinds of training, finance, and just many things we did. But one day there was a prioritization little workshop that we had to do. And we sat in small groups, and we were told to prioritize these lists of things that we had to do. And we went around the table, and everybody's arguing what should be first. At least while that was going on, I sat down and I went, Well, this one, the next one. I used the little tool that I had come up with. So I was just kind of sitting there twirling my thumbs while people in our group were just arguing and swearing what should happen first. And the leader of the workshop came and said, "You're not involved today?" And I said, "No, I'm done." She said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Well, here's my priorities." She looked at the list, looked at me, and she said, "How'd you do that?" And I said, "Well, I've got this tool." So she took me aside, and the next day she opened up an hour and a half training session where I taught this tool to these other executives and managers. So there was some confirmation about its validity. Okay, with that, I hope you've chosen your priorities. Hang on to those, keep them in mind, because we're going to see what the tool suggested compared to what you thought. Okay, so looking at my my little draft here. Okay, since I'll stop sharing. Since I developed this tool in business, I modified it for decisions or setting priorities at home, time management as a teacher. I've used it and published an academic paper, how to use it in academic curricula. It's very interesting. And of course, I've developed it for students. And that's what this is for you, student, okay, to make sense of all the things you have to do and try to set the priorities, because if you can prioritize them, you're going to manage your time much better. That's a very important tool. So here's the tool. I will share the tool with you and we'll see how this thing works. Let me get this shared. Okay, here it is. Here is the tool. Okay, this is how priorities work so well for me. And I have taught this many years to my students. I have seen students take this and slip it inside the outside of their 3-ring binder that they carry around every day for reference. I tell them if you find yourself in a bind, you just don't have time, things are just falling behind and you're putting out fires, maybe you violated some part of this priority scheme. So you can see the top of the priority is self, okay? Where you are, who you are, how you feel, what's going on, having trouble with a friend, having trouble with your coach, she didn't call you back and you've been waiting 3 days, or, he never called you back. Those kind of problems have to be worked out. You got a problem at home, there's some things going on. That's the priority, okay? If you don't have yourself in good shape, if you're not feeling comfortable with problem, personal kinds of things, family things, relationships, you're never going to do as well on your schoolwork. So self comes first. In the middle here, scholastics are next. Okay, these overriding priority. Now it's scholastics. I'm together. I know what I'm doing about these different problems. I'm clear. I'm focused. I can get to my schoolwork. Look at the priorities there. You don't go after the easy stuff first. You don't put off the difficult stuff. The priorities are, if something's late, do it. Number one priority, okay? Do the things that are due today, the next priority, and the third priority, things due tomorrow, okay? Now, tomorrow might be a long semester report or something like that, okay? Well, you should break that down with little milestones in that report when they should happen, okay? And eventually those little milestones, doing the research, running an outline, forming a draft, those things in order, eventually they become today's work, okay? Because you've laid them out and you just can't let the whole thing go till the end of the semester. So all things do fall into this yesterday, today, tomorrow priority. And that's the way you want to do them. The last thing on here are the non-scholastics, okay? And that's all the fun things that we do in high school, the groups and all that that we get to do usually after school. They're last. School comes first. But before school is you. How are you? How do you feel? How are things at home? How are your relationships? They are the top priority. Nothing else happens until they are good, that they are seen first. So we find all this important. You have to do this. You've got to join non-scholastic things in school. You you go crazy from the stress, okay? You've got to do yesterday's paper, got to get that done. You got things coming up tomorrow. But this helps put those in a priority. And if you can get to the priorities, you'll find out that you have the time to get to all the things that you have to do, is the idea. Okay, so you can probably infer from this where things should fall in our, and I'll share it again, our little exam here. Okay, I think that the fourth one down there is probably our first. You know, you tested positive. I don't know if that's good or bad, but you know, health comes first. Okay, and then when we get to the middle of the tool, we know that yesterday's work's got to be done, and you've got a lab report there. That's that second item. And then you've got today's work is your French literature is coming up today, and tomorrow you've got world history. Little report due there, paper due. Notice I said it was real easy. Sometimes we like to do the easy work first. In the long run, it just doesn't work. And the last thing on our list is the one in the middle, all the ideas about spring sports and going and see what's going on. That would be the last year priorities. Okay, you probably know somebody who just gets focused on all the sports and all the fun things, you know, and they're not doing the homework and they're getting called on in class and they're not ready. We know where priorities need to be, okay? And I think this tool is one way of getting those. I'm looking at my script here. Well, I wonder how you did when I provide this thing to my high school students over the years. I probably had 10 or 20% would match the tool. Okay, some people would have one or two wrong. Some people just had them all wrong. They just never sat down and thought about priority. They may have thought about importance. Okay, but rank of importance is very different than rank in priority because all of it is important. It's all important. Okay, what you get to first is the priority you're looking for. Well, I hope this tool makes sense to you, okay? I hope you can learn to use it. You could always go back and maybe get a screenshot of it. You always contact me at iAchieve and I could help you work with it or talk about it. But I hope it leads to better time management because better time management is going to lead to success in high school and at university. Thanks for listening. I hope you'll try the tool. It really, really works. Works for me. It's worked for many of my students. Bye-bye. I'll talk to you later.